The magic of modern automotive math. The engine of the 2023 Mercedes-AMG C43, the entry level in the performance wing of the Mercedes C-Class lineup, is only two-thirds the capacity, with two-thirds the cylinders, of the engine that powered the previous C43, but it makes almost 5% more power. The engineers at AMG headquarters in Affalterbach, Germany, would like us to believe that, yes, less really can equal more. But there are other numbers to consider in the 2023 C43 equation. We'll come to those soon. The C43 sedan is the first AMG version of the W206 C-Class, which launched in 2021. It's a warm rather than hot AMG performance sedan, aimed, Mercedes-Benz USA says, at BMW's M340i xDrive and Audi's S4 rather than the full-knuckle M3 sedan and RS5 Sportback models. There's a more powerful C43 coming that's designed to take care of those too. Visually, the new C43 follows the now tried and true AMG formula. Compared with the regular C-Class, the C43 exterior features more aggressive styling elements, including the menacing, vertical bar AMG grille, unique wheels, 18 inchers will be standard on US spec cars, with 19s and 20s available, quad exhausts, and a spoiler on the trunk lip. Hot tip, order the bigger wheels, and your C43 will go faster, as the top speed gets a bump from 155 miles per hour to 165 miles per hour when you switch from the standard 18s. Inside are new, lighter AMG sport seats, optional in the US, a sweep of carbon fiber across the dash, and lots of MB Tex faux leather leavened with microfiber and contrast stitching. And because this is a 2020s AMG car, both the digital dash and the central infotainment screen offer a menu of AMG-specific displays. The steering wheel is from the EQS, with touch-sensitive switches and controls on the 4 horizontal spokes. The chassis enhancements also follow familiar AMG practice. The C43 retains the steel springs of the regular C-Class, but body motions are controlled by AMG spec adaptive shocks that offer 3 damping maps: Comfort, Sport, and Sport Plus, with each continuously adapting to the condition of the road surface and your driving style. At the front axle are redesigned knuckles and suspension joints. The multi-link rear axle features stiffer bushings, while a front strut brace and an aluminum panel under the engine compartment help increase body stiffness by 5%. Rear wheel steering is standard, the wheels turning up to 2.5 degrees in the opposite direction from the fronts to improve agility below 37 miles per hour and up to 0.7 degree in the same direction as the fronts at higher speeds to increase stability. The brake rotors are steel, with 14.6-inch pieces up front and 12.6-inch units at the rear. The big news, however, is what's under the hood. The 2023 C43 is the first performance Mercedes sedan with a longitudinally mounted 4-cylinder engine since the 190e 2.5-16 sold between 1989 and 1993. The new engine is a mildly hybridized version of the 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4 that is used in US AMG variants of the GLA and GLB SUVs, as well as the CLA 4-door coupe. Codenamed M139L, L for longitudinal. The engine, hand-built at Affalterbach using AMG's one-man, one-engine process, develops 402 horsepower at 6,750 revolutions per minute and 369 pounds-to-foot of torque at 5,000 revolutions per minute, with a 48-volt belt-driven starter generator providing a temporary 13 horsepower boost when needed. The M139L's headline technology is an electric exhaust gas turbocharger, which uses an 8-horsepower permanent magnet brushless DC electric motor to control the speed of the shaft where the turbine and compressor are mounted. In simple terms, the electric motor, which is 1.6 inches wide and mounted between the turbine and compressor wheels, is designed to eliminate turbo lag by keeping the turbocharger spinning and boost pressure high even at low engine speeds. AMG engineers say the system delivers 45 to 50% response at low RPM and 10 to 15% better response at high RPM. Developed in conjunction with Garrett, the C43's turbo is the first electric exhaust gas turbocharger ever fitted to a production car. Mercedes-AMG makes much of the fact the turbo is technology directly derived from Formula One, though in truth it's the idea of using an electric motor to keep the turbocharger spinning and not the actual hardware that's F1 inspired. About 70% of the parts in the C43's turbo are the same as those used in a conventional exhaust gas-driven turbo. The drive pros and cons. Does it work? Here's where the C43's less is more math starts to look less magical. It's true there's no noticeable turbo lag anywhere in the rev range. The 2.0-liter 4-banger responds promptly to throttle inputs, but that response is curiously muted. The C43 will effortlessly devour any road at a rapid pace thanks to its nicely sorted chassis, Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires, and impressive traction from the standard 4MATIC all-wheel drive system, which features a fixed 31% front to 69% rear torque split. Yet it doesn't feel like it is just over 400 horses under the hood. In truth, the issue may have more to do with torque than power. The M139L not only makes 15 less pound-to-foot of torque than the 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6 of the previous C43, but its torque peak occurs 3,000 revolutions per minute higher in the rev range, at 5,000 revolutions per minute versus the V6's 2,000. High-tech turbocharger notwithstanding, the 4-cylinder engine simply doesn't have the low to mid-range grunt of the old V6, and it shows, especially because the new C43 weighs within a few pounds of the old model, at a claimed 3,893 pounds. The stopwatch tells the story. Mercedes-AMG claims a 0 to 60 mph acceleration time of 4.6 seconds for the new C43 on the way to its electronically limited top speed. The C43 we tested in 2017, which was powered by the original 362 horsepower version of the V6 rather than the later 385 horsepower engine, recorded a 4.2 second 0 to 60 time. And this is despite the new car's AMG SpeedShift MCT multi-clutch 9-speed transmission, which is said to deliver faster shifts than the conventional 9-speed auto hooked up to the old V6. The lighter SpeedShift transmission's wet clutch replaces the torque converter and allows full commando race starts. It's supposed to be more responsive, too, though we found that manual downshifts in Sport Plus Drive mode took up to 2 seconds to complete after flicking the left-hand paddle. That's far too long when you're hustling the C43 along a winding 2-lane, when you want absolute precision and predictability from the powertrain. It seemed an odd lapse from AMG, usually a paragon of powertrain engineering excellence. An AMG engineer later acknowledged the shift shouldn't be like that and said ours hadn't been the only car with the problem. He promised to investigate, and we'll update you when we know more. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG C43 is a good AMG performance sedan but not a great AMG performance sedan. Although the chassis, the steering, the braking, the agility, the grip, and the traction is terrific, the engine doesn't deliver the thrill you'd expect from an AMG. It's competent but not exciting, and in this case, less doesn't equal more.